Hi, my name is Goddess Fiore. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be updating you on my subs, and of course we're going to start with Mr. P, because since the last video I made, as some of you may know, I posted under the posts that Mr. P did miss a payment on his debt contract. Now, he did make another $40 payment since the last time I made a video, so he is up to $902 right now, but he did miss the debt contract payment. So he is behind. I have given him punishment tasks. As you guys are aware, you guys voted on them, and they are due by tomorrow. And if he doesn't pay them by tomorrow, I do have some photos that he does not want to be released. So he better make his payment and do the tasks that I told him to do, which are, he is to write, "I will never miss a payment to Goddess Fiore again," 100 times by hand. And then he is to kneel in front of the mirror with no clothing on for 15 minutes and recite, "I will never disappoint my goddess again. I exist for her pleasure and my only job is to obey," which he is well aware. So hopefully he is a good boy and does what he is supposed to do. Moving along. So that's Mr. P. We'll see what happens with him, but I am not happy, especially after, as you know, he blocked me a few weeks ago and we had a chat about that. And now he's falling behind again. So not good. It's not good for him. Not looking good at all. So, and then we have John. Let's talk about John. John apparently is a longtime Findom addict per himself. He caved one night when I caught him lurking on my page, and I caught him. In his words, I hunted him down like vulnerable prey, which is probably pretty accurate. And so he started with tribute, of course, $50, and he was very whiny, but also very excited, shall we say, very excited. So therefore easily moldable. And I tried to get him to do some larger sends, which, you know, of course, that's what I'm gonna try right off the bat. But seeing as he is a long-term addict, probably a little broke, could not afford me. So it was more of a slow drain, and not a big drain, but over the course of the next couple days, his total is at $305, which he said that he never does triple-digit sends. Maybe he meant all at once. But he is currently working towards $1,000 total in sends, and to be in contact with me for at least a month and prove that he's loyal and a good pay pig. So we'll see if he continues to do well, but he definitely said that he was moldable in my hands, so to speak. So he caved for quite a bit more than he wanted to pay. This was over the course of a Friday night through Sunday. I was draining him. So that was Mr. John, and he is very weak for my power and my feet. He is from Greece, so he'll be back for more, I'm sure. He has quite the addiction for me. He subscribed to both my OF and LF pages and liked every post on all my pages, so, which I appreciate. If you are too broke to serve me, then that's always an option of a way to show devotion, is to support my channels, engage with my content, repost content when you can. These are all ways that you can show devotion, even if you have no money. Don't expect interaction, but you can still show me devotion that way. So that was Mr. John. Now we have Mr. Ben, who just came on my radar last night. I think he made the first send as I was going to sleep, and then he sent a couple overnight. So I don't know where he's located. Maybe he's not in the US. But I also had a Ben leave a comment on my YouTube videos that he had made a tribute. I'm assuming it's the same Ben, but I cannot respond if you gift me on Throne, for example. You have to message me on one of my other platforms to actually have a conversation. I cannot speak with you there unless there's a way to do it. I just don't know. But he needs to reach out so we can have a conversation because he's paid tribute. He's up to 150 already and we haven't even spoken. So that's Ben. And then we have, who is, yes, the Hypnosub. The Hypnosub. Self-proclaimed Hypnosub. His goal is he wants to be locked and he wants a keyholder. He is currently at 150. He paid tribute and then wanted to continue the conversation, so I had him send another $100. And then that was his max for the time being. He has to wait until he gets paid, which is more than likely tomorrow. So we'll probably be seeing him tomorrow, I imagine. But he'll be back for sure. They always come back. And who's next? Oh yes, so I wanted to talk about my, let me back up a step. So Brian, I had mentioned in my last video, but I got distracted, no surprise. But I did want to mention him. He is one of my best subs. I haven't heard from him in a little while. I hope he's okay. I'm sure he'll be back at some point. But not only did he buy me socks, but he has also been contributing to my day trading computer, which is on Throne. So as some of you know, I'm a day trader. I enjoy day trading, but I need a new computer, and you guys are obviously going to help, right? And I said he wasn't one of my biggest spenders, but then I actually looked up how much he spent, and he is at $751.19. So I did lie. He is a decent spender, more than I thought. So appreciate Brian, and he will be back to make more contributions to the computer, I'm sure. My leaderboard on Throne, I just realized how to check that the other day. Currently, there's a gentleman named Jack at the top of the list. This was from many months ago, who is at $890.94. And he was competitive. He wanted to be at the top of the leaderboard. So he is still at the top of the leaderboard. But with that being said, as I just mentioned, P is already in deeper than that, but he's been paying on different platforms. So he's not on the Throne leaderboard. But, and then Brian is second on my leaderboard. And then I also have Mick, who was a sub from when I first started doing this a few months ago. And he was at $667.43. So my leaderboard is not that high. I want higher spenders. So if you think you can beat these ones out, be my guest. So that's where we're at with subs. Let me see if I'm missing anybody. No. I did have, so those are my good subs, and that's the good news. I did have someone yesterday who, let me remember what happened. Was it yesterday? It might have been the day before. Anyways, this person messaged me, sent tribute, was acting like a very good submissive, was saying how, you know, he worships women and women are superior and blah, 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 blah. He had me really going there for a second that he was legit. And he made a couple payments. I had been speaking to him for almost an hour. I had to go to work. I told him that. He wanted to keep talking, and I couldn't check my phone for a while. Went back to my phone, and he started getting very rude. And you know, I'm obviously very clear about the fact that I am a Findom. That's on pretty much any site that you can find me on. It's very clear that I am not a lifestyle dom, right? So anyways, and you know, seeing as he'd been paying me, he knows that I'm not a lifestyle dom, okay? And he I asked him for another tribute and he said that he had already paid. And I said, he said something like, do I have to pay every time I talk to you? And I said, or he's like, do I wait for you to reach out to me? How does this work? And I said, you can reach out to me anytime, but anytime you reach out to me, there should be a tribute attached. And that's how I like to train all my subs. You are welcome to reach out to me, but you should never reach out to me without sending. That's just how it is. You should never reach out without a send or a tribute. So he didn't like that. And I gave him, since he didn't really understand the dynamic that in financial domination, money is the method that we use to dominate. It's not really transactional, but he seemed like he needed a guide of, how it was going to go, even though I shouldn't have even had to do that, honestly, but I sent him, how much for a 10-minute session, how much for an hour session. And then, if he wanted more like long-term communication, like per week, I gave him an option for a weekly payment also. And his response to me was something along the lines of, I didn't realize, I messed up. I didn't realize I thought you were a lifestyle dom. And he said, and then the thing that made me really mad is he said, so I sent $25 for nothing. And if you think that my time is nothing, that my energy is nothing, then please do not reach out to me. My time is valuable. And in financial domination, if you want to be controlled by me, you will be sending. And if you have a problem with that, then don't reach out to me, okay? I'm not trying to twist anybody's arm or trying to convince you to send to me. You do whatever you want, but if you are reaching out to me, you should be expecting to send, okay? Make that very clear. So I was very insulted by that comment and I blocked him after that because from my experience, there's no reason. You're not going to get anything out of trying to argue with somebody when they start being rude like that. And it was very obvious that everything that he had said was actually not legit. And that's not how he really felt because of the way he was treating me at the end of the conversation. So I felt kind of lied to, and I felt that he was kind of dishonest. So I'm not going to engage with somebody like that. So I immediately blocked him off everything. And then he proceeded to try to get a refund with his money. Which he will not be getting. So he also at one point had mentioned, I tried to get him to verify his age and he said he didn't have any money on that platform. So that was kind of a red flag too, that he may not have money and that maybe this is kind of a pattern of behavior with him as he tries to get as much interaction, send a couple tributes and then try to get and then complain and then try to get the money back. I sense that that's kind of his, what he does. But that was very annoying. And that was the second time that somebody has tried to scam me in the last couple weeks. I also had a subscriber off the YouTube channel. And I'm going to say his name because just for other girls to look out, he goes by Rafi. I don't know if maybe he goes by other names. I know a lot of you delete accounts and create new accounts and try to come back and talk. And it's very obvious because you have the same mannerisms. So I know when it's the same person. But he had been requesting me to create an Amazon wish list for weeks. I finally did. And then he tried to send me a screenshot of where he said that he had purchased some gifts. Okay. And I had not received an email, no notification, nothing. Couldn't see it on my end at all. And I looked it up and it said it can take 24 to 48 hours. And I said that to him. I said, I'm not getting anything on my end. It says it can take a little time to show, but I also am aware that that's how a lot of people scam DOMs out of interaction. Because on Amazon, in case you didn't know this, what you can do is you can purchase items, but then you can cancel the order before they're delivered. And then, so basically a sub will say that they're ordering things, get the interaction or whatever they're trying to get, and then cancel the order before the items are delivered. So they basically get free interaction. And that's what he was doing. So, and I sensed that, and I sent him a message and I said, you know, I'm not going to be interacting with you until the items are delivered so that I know that you actually went through with it. And because I was on to him, and then never heard from him again. So he will also be blocked on everything. And it's really, you know, it's really sad that there's some people that go to such lengths to deceive because they're so desperate for attention. It's really sad. So I hope things get better for them, but I am not the person to scam. I am onto your scams, and it doesn't work with me. So if you do stuff like that, you will be immediately blocked and I will never speak to you again. So it's really not worth it. And I suggest just being honest. I'm honest with people. There's no reason to scam me. So yeah, those are the subs this week. Some great subs. I'm sure some will be long-term subs. I know John's gonna be back, and Hypnos sub for sure. Peter better come back. Mr. P better come back, or he's gonna have some problems. We'll see what happens. Thank you for watching my video, and don't forget to like my channel, subscribe, become a paid YouTube member if you would like to see all my videos, and I'll see you in the next one.